Hello and welcome to this guided meditation all about dukkha, or better known to most people as suffering. Today we're going to take some time to reflect on our own suffering and see if we can tap into a part of ourselves that can really recognize, acknowledge, and find a path towards healing ourselves from our own dukkha, a path that will lead to more sukha, or the sweetness or happiness of life. I don't want this to sound overbearing or frighten you before we even get started. So I promise you, if you stick around, you will feel a shift inside of you that might end up leading you to feel a little lighter after this throughout the rest of your day, or every day after, if we continue to invite these thoughts and reasonings into our everyday life. So, as always, find a super comfortable, a super supportive shape today in your body, whether that's Sukhasana or a version of lotus pose with your legs in front of you, maybe up on a block, on your shins. And as always, you can also take Shavasana down on your mat, on the bed even, or tall upright position in a comfortable chair. Wherever that is for you, go ahead and find that space and we'll get started. So since we are focusing on a little bit heavier of a topic today, I want us to begin by first paying attention to our physical body, the shape we are in, and that we are sure that this is going to comfort us throughout this meditation, that your foot or your leg won't fall asleep, or that you're not adding any additional pain or pressure to your spine. Really find, like I said, the most supportive shape that you can find today. And once you have found that shape, found that space, go ahead and really sink in. Close your eyes if you can. Start to bring your awareness to your breath. There is no need to create a specific rhythm or pace in your breathing, but keep it as natural of a flow as you can. However, we do want to allow ourselves to take deepest inhales we can, and longer exhales than we may be accustomed to, just so that we can always remind ourselves to come back to our breath if we need to throughout. Filling up our lungs and our body with more and more energy in order to release that throughout ourselves and the space around us. Take a moment to really connect with your breath and to push out any lingering thoughts or preconceived feelings. Now that we hopefully feel a little more safe and a little more supported, I want you to begin thinking about the last time that you felt sad, angry, disappointed, frustrated, depressed, anxious, or any emotion that caused you to feel pain or suffering, both mentally and physically. As soon as you can recall this moment, I want you to think about what it was that specifically caused it. Was it someone or something else? Was it something that you could have easily avoided? Or was it out of your control? I want you to take a moment here to really think about this. You have already acknowledged this moment of pain or suffering. Perhaps you've labeled it as a certain type of emotion or feeling. But now we are recognizing why this suffering happened in the first place. And always come back to your breath. The Buddha once said that in the very moment we know how our dukkha came to be, we are already on the path of release. This awareness and release are intimately connected. Now I want you to shift your attention away from this recollection. Pick it up, set it down next to you, but don't allow it to take up any more space in your mind. Instead, let's now think about the last time that we felt joy, elation, relief, gratitude, or just pure happiness. And immediately remind yourself what brought those feelings on. Whether, again, it was a specific someone or something, or maybe you caused it yourself with a breakthrough or a success of your own. But allow yourself to really relish in a moment of reliving that feeling or emotion. Now, in just a few minutes already, we have felt a low from our past as well as a high. Sometimes these highs and lows can actually occur within moments of each other. It is a cycle. Life is a series of highs and lows. How we choose to live between these moments can ultimately affect our reactions to them when they arrive. You know, being aware of what causes our suffering isn't the same as analyzing it. We are conditioned beings, conditioned to be problem solvers and overanalyzers. And this can benefit us in many areas of our life. But when it starts to negatively affect us by means of suffering, we need to recognize the path that we are on. The next time we feel any negative emotions start to surface, instead of immediately reacting, just pause for a moment. Acknowledge exactly what emotion, mental or physical sensation you are feeling and label it. Say to yourself, I am feeling overwhelmed, or whatever the feeling may be. Allow it to sink in. Allow yourself to truly feel it. Once this particular feeling has moved in, you have given it space, you've nurtured it by labeling what it is that's happening, it's time for us to gaze forward at that space that lies just beyond this temporary moment. And remember the impermanence of everything that exists. This emotion doesn't define you, it is just part of you. you have the capability of creating more and more dwellings inside you to allow these emotions to stay forever. But you also have the capability of creating a just passing through space. Instead of allowing misperceptions of reality or of our own ability to further our suffering, face the truth, embrace the suffering, and remember that suffering and happiness are not separate. They are our cycle of life. In order to truly feel joy, we must also feel pain. And the sooner that we remember this, the sooner that we can move beyond that pain and back into our sweet, sweet life. I want to give you a few moments of silence to reflect on all of this. Reflect on where you are at currently. Reflect on where you want to go, what you choose to do from here on forward. Allow yourself to reconnect with your breath, that release of energy. And remember the temporary moment that this pain or suffering dwells in, the capabilities that you have. You are capable. You are more than welcome to hang out in this shape or this space that you have now created for as long as you need to. If you want to slowly begin to blink open your eyes, come back to this present moment, this present place you are in. And remember to be kind and to be gentle with yourself through the highs and the lows, to nurture yourself and to remember that those moments in between are just as defining as those moments themselves. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to take care of yourself, your body, your mind. As always, I welcome you back to this space, so please let me know how it makes you feel in the comments below, and subscribe so that you can always be aware of future videos that I will bring for you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.